Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with another episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic. This time around I've scored these Blade movie figures, this Blade figure being one I originally had and unfortunately hawked during some hard times a few years back. The Deacon Frost and Whistler figure are figures I've not seen since I passed them up at KB Toys when the movie first came out. Yep, I said KB Toys, people. Just shows you how old the Blade movie is. Came out way back in 1998. 14 years ago. Not sure how I snuck into the cinema to see it when I was 7 years old, but somehow I did. Nod nod, wink wink. The movie has held up well over time, I think, and is one of my favourite comic book movies, kickstarting a number of Marvel characters leaping from page to screen. Stay tuned over the coming days for videos featuring Deacon Frost and Whistler, but right now let's take a closer look at Blade in packaging. The figure comes with anti-vampire weapons, and a whole heap of them there is too. He'd have trouble passing airport security. Taking a look at the card back, and I'll quickly read to you the character's bio. Born to a mother who died of a vampire's bite, Blade is continually searching for the bloodsucker that took her life. Gifted with supernatural powers, but cursed with a thirst for blood, Blade fights a lonely battle against the forces of evil and his own dark side, both of which threaten to overwhelm him when his unnatural hunger is strongest. Nevertheless, armed with his anti-vampire arsenal, Blade stalks the day and the night, destroying the undead with a vengeance. And then at the bottom of the card we have pictured the other figures in the line. Deacon Frost, Whistler, who looks like with that accessory is about to spray paint your house, and Vampire Blade with a gun so impossibly big it begs the question what he is compensating for. You know, this is a surprisingly good figure. I expected just to make a complete laughing stock of him, but the likeness to Wesley Snipes is pretty good. Like when you consider at this time, the late 90s, Marvel Legends was still a glimmer in Toy Biz's eye. Scale-wise, he measures 5.5 inches, which is a bit odd as most Toy Biz figures prior to Marvel Legends were 5-inch scale and Legends was a 6-inch scale. So I guess you could say that this figure bridges the gap in evolution between the two. Here is the Blade movie figure compared to the Marvel Legends Blade. Albeit I have customized my Marvel Legends Blade figure, replacing the fabric coat with this rubber one that came with the X-Men movie 2 Cyclops figure, and by a twist of fate that coat just happened to have a hole in the back by which you operated a button which lit up Cyclops' visor, and it doubles nicely for putting Blade's sword into a sheath in his back. So yes, this Blade figure, in comparison to the much more modern one, is rather lacking, but I think it can hold its head up high among my collection. Yes, it has the really dated T-jointed hips, but he does have 15 points of articulation. And for the late 90s, anything above 5 points of articulation was like reinventing the wheel. I mean, his shoulders don't just swivel, they move up and down and around. He has jointed elbow. He swivels at the wrist. He has knee articulation. There's ankle articulation, plus toe articulation. That's something that some Hasbro Marvel Legends figures don't even have. Let's talk about his anti-vampire weapons. He comes with this sword. It fits into his left hand. It also fits into a sheath on the figure's back. Also comes with this gun. Interestingly, the gun that comes with this Blade movie figure is exactly the same as comes with the Marvel Legends figure. He comes with this second gun here. This gun does have an energy blast which can be pushed out and retracted. That fits into a holster here. There is another holster, I assume, for this gun, and these holsters can be removed from his belt also. Also get a crossbow which clips onto Blade's arm. It also clips onto the gun. It slides onto the top like thus. And this weapon is supposed to be able to fire these missiles. They slot into the front here. I've not been able to get this weapon to fire the missile. The packaging said this is for kids 5 and up, so clearly I've not been able to figure it out. Also comes with his throwing blade, which is articulated in the middle so it can be folded up. I can't find the throwing blade that came with my Legends figure, but based on the gun I would hazard a guess that this is exactly the same as the one that came with the Legends figure. I'd now up that guess to a certainty based on the swords of the two figures being identical, minus a paint decoration on the handle of the earlier movie figure. Anyway, that completes my look at this Blade action figure. Stay tuned to my channel for forthcoming looks at Deacon Frost and Whistler, and don't forget to comment, rate, share and subscribe. Bye.